Hi, I'm Seagal Magen. I'm a Chinese medicine practitioner and a Qigong meditation teacher. And today I'm here with my good friend Daniela Mann, who's a medium and psychic, to discuss the idea, the whole notion of wellness, that we are our best healers. We know how to heal ourselves the best. Each of us has our own ability to heal, and we just need to tap into it. So I'm very excited because I feel like it's a very empowering statement that I always say to my students and as well as my patients. So I would very much like to start this conversation.
Okay, so you just said that your practice is built on the philosophy that everyone is their own healer. Can you please share with us what that truly means from a Chinese medicine perspective, and share with us example maybe?
Yeah, so we all have the wisdom needed to heal our bodies.
I agree.
In Chinese medicine, we don't look at the symptoms. We actually look at the person as a whole ecosystem, a healing ecosystem, that we need to help them tap into their own personal healing mode. What does that mean? It means that if we're under a lot of stress or our habits, our everyday habits are not allowing us to keep our health, then we need to look into that and see what is causing our vital energy. We call it in Chinese medicine our qi. That's our vital energy. So we have to see what is causing any kind of blockages or changes in our energy.
So compared to normal doctors, what is the difference? Don't they look at that too, at the qi?
No. So the doctors don't look at your vital energy. They really look at symptoms, and they're trying to give cures based on the symptoms, and not for every person the same solution works.
Of course.
So it doesn't always work. And a lot of times people come to Chinese medicine practitioners after going through several doctors and several Western medicine treatments.
So if we are our best healers, what typically blocks us from healing our bodies? I mean, we got this body for this lifetime. We know that we can heal it, and most of us believe that we can't.
Well,
what blocks us?
One of the things that blocks us is, first of all, that we're not listening to our bodies. And I could say that from my own personal experience, that it's happened to me a few times. We don't listen. We get caught up in our everyday lives, in our stress, and we have blockages. We call it qi stagnation. We have stagnation, which causes either pain or causes all kinds of systems in our body to not work as productively as they should. If it's our breathing, we feel it in our digestive tract. Everyone has a different area in their body that talks to them when they're unbalanced.
So as if I understand correctly, our body is talking to us, and when we get pain, usually what we do is just ignore it, don't we? Or take some kind of a pill to get rid of it, when really we need to listen to what the body is telling us.
Yeah, well, the pain already usually comes when it's a lot later. The body starts sending us all kinds of signals. If it's fatigue, if it's problems with sleep, it could be all kinds of issues like stomach aches, but when they're still small, we could easily cure them if we listen to our bodies.
So I know that you also teach Qigong. How can that help? Because some people think it's just some kind of a dance. I just came back from Paris, and there were people in one of the parks practicing Qigong. What does it do to the body, to the...
Yeah, so Qigong, it's actually translated like a skillful work with our qi, with our energy. And it uses gentle movement and breathing, as well as mindfulness, intention. And what it does is it clears those blockages as we do this gentle movement with the breathing, with the mindfulness. It's like meditation and movement. But what it gives us is we take back control over helping our bodies, okay? Through these practices, we help unblock stagnant energy or unblock energy blockages in our body.
So after we understand the theory, can you please give us an example of how your own life, how you healed your own body in your own life, if you have an example?
Oh, I have many examples.
You do.
Actually, about a year ago, I called you up and I told you
My back
my back went out.
collapsed.
What happened to my back? I had a few patients and I couldn't get up from the chair to go take out the needles from my patient. And I told her, you're going to have to walk upstairs to exit on your own because I can't follow you right now. Wow. So my body
and you
wasn't...
knew straight away.
My body was not only speaking, it was yelling at me.
Screaming.
Screaming at me, stop.
And I said, no way. A back doesn't go in 1 second.
So my body was yelling because it was after a period of overworking, not having the balance between, we call it the yin and the yang. The yang is more energy of active and working, and the yin is more resting, relaxation. And I didn't have enough of that balance at the time. I was working on good things. I was going to seminars abroad, and I was having a lot of patients, but I did not give my body enough time to rest. And what happened, I was in debilitating pain that nothing helped. I even resorted to trying cortisone shots and really strong medications. Nothing helped.
So what did you do in the
in so
end?
much pain. I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk more than 3 steps without stopping.
So what did you do? How did you help yourself heal your body from your own theories and methods of Chinese medicine? Because I remember you went to the hospital and you went to doctors, and they were even talking about an operation.
Yeah, they
on
were
your back.
considering an operation. They were considering doing like an epidural so I won't feel the nerve, because I actually, all the way to my foot, I was having numbness in my foot and half of my body.
So it was like a slip disc?
Yeah, it was a herniated disc, and it was sitting on a nerve, and it gave me neurological problems. So after I realized no one external is going to help me solve this problem.
Yeah.
And after treating many patients with very similar problems, I said, okay, I have to get back to my internal healing system. My body is so smart, it knows how to heal. So that's when I tapped into meditation methods and guided imagery methods that I did every day, several times a day.
Can you explain what that means?
Yes. So basically, I knew more or less where the root of the problem was from what vertebrae. And when I would wake up in the morning, the first thing I would do is imagine that area with movement, like there's space in between my vertebrae, that it's open, that I feel the qi, the energy flowing there. Because a lot of times pain or even nerve pain, it's blockage, right? So I wanted to open it up. So I was imagining like, a tunnel of light, opening that area up. So that was one of my practices that I did all the time. Now, the doctors had advised me, I went to a neurosurgeon who told me, you have to not work for 6 months.
Yeah,
I
you
said,
nearly
what?
fainted.
I can't do that. I love my work, and I know that if I don't work, it'll become worse. So I understood that I needed to work less. Okay. So what I did was I cut down some of my lessons and some of my patient load for a while. But I did not stop teaching. Even with this situation, I know that movement is the best healer.
Oh, gosh.
So I continued moving. I did special stretches every day, a few times a day. And slowly but surely, within a very short period, I know that the doctors were kind of in shock.
Of course they were.
By the time, first of all, I continued teaching, and I was walking and doing everything. Actually, lying down did not help me so much. But I went to a special teacher that taught me stretches for the vertebrae that will help take the pressure off the nerves. And so I did in all my classes, and I did it 3-4 times a day. And slowly but surely, I am now pain-free. I completely do all the movements with no problems. And maybe about after 2 or 3 months, I could say that I was fully pain-free.
So
which is
for
nothing
through
for...
Qigong and like mindfulness or meditation that you said, the light that took through your body, you healed yourself.
Definitely, but I think the most important factor was that I believed that my body could get out of this situation. Because I
Okay.
think what I see with my patients and also with myself, in the beginning, you see black. Like
You're
you see, oh
shocked.
my God, how am I going to get through this? Is it ever going to be better? I'm in so much pain. I can't sleep. I
You
can't
think that it's
function.
gonna last
You
forever.
feel like it's going to last forever. And there's something in this belief, innate belief in your body, that your body can heal from any situation. I mean, even recently, I tore a muscle in my calf.
Yeah.
And it was so painful. You were with me the first day. I could barely walk.
Yeah.
And I just kept saying, this will pass. This will pass. So I didn't sleep also for about a week or two. I had a huge hematoma for 3 weeks on my calf. But I just kept saying to myself, this will pass. My body will heal. It knows how to heal. And now I'm a few weeks later, I'm pain-free and I'm doing all the activity. But again, I did not stop my activity, because that is the healing, okay, that we have to continue.
So continuing the
movement.
activity instead of lying in bed and
Exactly.
resting?
So I combined. I did rest, but I didn't avoid movement.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because
you
most
have to
of us...
warm the area and move, but I did not avoid teaching, walking up
most
the
of us,
stairs.
when we get those things, we just lie in bed, we don't move, and then we create more pain.
Well, you could look it up on the internet. What they say when you have a torn calf muscle is to be on crutches or a special boot and
Oh my
not
God.
move for a while. But that's the last thing I believe in for healing. So first of all, it's taking control. It's
Okay.
understanding that there is something you could do in every situation, and for each person, it's something unique. And that's why, how do I help people heal themselves? I'm like a skilled guide
Yeah.
that guides them and gives them tools, but the work is their own. They
Yeah.
need to do it on their own.
Of
The
course.
changes they need to do on their
So
own.
can you give us an example of someone from your clinic that you helped them or guided them to heal their own bodies?
Yes, well, there's several, but I could think of one patient who came to me one day and he said, listen, I can't breathe. I feel like my chest is contracted and I can't breathe. And I went to the doctor. He wants me to take steroids, like inhalation steroids. But it's not that. I'm not coughing. I don't have a cold. Why should I put steroids in me? And when we began talking about what's going on, he had a lot of stress and fear over a certain situation in his life. And the fact that he couldn't breathe was just a symptom of that fear and that stress. And I taught him a simple Qigong exercise to expand the chest as he was breathing, to feel it opening up. So he was using his imagination and his breathing and a little bit movement, opening the chest and relaxing it. And as he practiced that daily, a few times a day, and even special mindful breathing, okay, just inhaling and a long exhale 3 times, right away relaxed him. And after a few weeks, maybe about 2 weeks, he was completely in a different space. He didn't use the steroids, and he was able to feel that his chest was open and he could breathe better. And then he actually felt more energetic as well.
So in other lifetimes, really, we were much more connected to our bodies. There were no doctors around, and everyone had to heal themselves. So in a way, the Chinese medicine takes us back to that time, before there were steroids and antibiotics and all that. So how old is Chinese medicine?
Oh, it's over 3,000 years old.
Okay, I guess so.
They actually used to say that a Chinese medicine practitioner, their responsibility is to keep you healthy. And if you're not healthy, then they're not doing their job. So it's also preventative. It's how we lead our lives in a way to take care of our bodies. How do we listen to our body when it's talking before it gets to pain or before you get actually manifesting an illness? Okay, we don't want the illness to manifest. So we want to be more in tune with ourselves and listen to ourselves and take the little hints that come to us from our bodies.
So, Sigal, I know you're going through a very deep healing inner process now. I know it's not easy. I know it's early days even to talk about it, but still, there's something that's happening. And I think it would be very interesting for people that are listening now that even that you're a Chinese medicine practitioner, it's not always easy to all of us, for all of us.
Because as I mentioned, our daily habits affect our health situation.
Yeah.
And I'm really trying to work on a few habits to make a change, and change is not easy. One of them was, I had mentioned that I had torn a muscle, and I realized that my muscle tore because of a cramp that I had at night because I was dehydrated. I was not drinking enough water. We need to drink at least 2 to 2.5 liters of water a day, because that's how much we lose. We lose at least 2.5 liters of water, during a day, and we need to replenish that. And I wasn't conscious about how much I was drinking, and I get so excited in my work that I forget. Okay, and so I made that a priority. I actually bought this big.
Gigantic
water bottle with a straw to make sure I take it everywhere with me now in the car and
you didn't want to buy it at first.
No, and I said, oh, how am I going to do this? And I now actually measure. But what I want to talk about is how hard it is when I don't live up to my standard, right?
Yeah.
I want to do that, and not every day I'm able to do it. And then what do I do when I'm not able to do it?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Do I get angry at myself? Sometimes. I call you up and I say, I couldn't do it today. I don't know why. And does that mean I'm going to go backwards? No. I'm going to be compassionate to myself and say, okay, today I didn't do it, but tomorrow I will. Tomorrow's a new day. And I actually did do it for 3 days in a row previously. So it's how do I get through those rough spots and not ruin all the work that I'm doing? Because to change a habit, it takes a while. It takes at least a few weeks.
At least.
And sometimes a few months.
Yeah.
Especially if it's habits that are, really deep-rooted in us. And sleep. So we're talking about basic things to keep ourselves healthy, right? So drinking enough hydration, sleep. We need to get not only enough sleep, but the hours that we go to sleep is so crucial, because we have things going on in our pituitary gland at night, hormonal issues, especially for someone who's in her mid-50s, needs to sleep early.
Of course.
But I like to watch Netflix at night because I feel like that is my time to rest and kind of escape my daily tasks that I'm very, very active during the day, and I needed some downtime. But I noticed that it was getting to extreme, like sometimes till 2 a.m.
My God.
3 a.m, and where did the time go? And then I said, okay, I'm not going to be able to concentrate and focus enough during my day, and I need my energy. So that's another priority. I decided that I need to go to sleep much earlier and not watch TV before I go to sleep, actually read a book. And again, for every few days I succeed, I'm very happy, but there's always one day that I don't succeed. And
that's natural, because we are
humans.
And
it's natural. So that's where I say compassion. We have to be compassionate for ourselves.
Yeah.
We have to believe that it's okay. This is the journey. I'm on a journey. Overall, I want to improve my health.
Yeah.
Overall, I want to take care of myself because I want to
heal your body,
a healthy life. I want to heal my body. I want it to work properly.
Yeah.
And I know what to do, but it's not always easy to do it. So again, we say in Qigong, where is the yi, the intention?
Yeah.
There's our qi, our energy.
Exactly.
So what I suggest is first put what you want in your intention. Okay? I want to be healthy. I need to do A, B, C, and D. What is one thing I could focus on for the next few weeks? Just one thing, not everything all at once. And each time I do it, I write in my phone in my notes.
That was my
I
idea.
did it. That was your idea. And it gives me more and more, it helps me. Yeah, it helps me feel like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm
It
achieving
supports the growth, because
Yeah.
we can't
it.
grow.
It encourages me.
You can't grow from not drinking, like you were used for
Right.
so many years, maybe.
So many years.
To suddenly drinking 2.5 liters. It won't work. So
Right.
even if you did 1 liter, that's much more than you did
Right.
before.
So that's what I mean, I am most of the days drinking the 2 liters or even more. But the days that I drink 1 liter or 1.5, I say it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's like I'm giving myself still a pat.
Yeah.
It's fine. And that's what helps me move on to the next day and say, okay, I'm not just throwing it all out the window.
I am very proud of you. Hallelujah. And
Not
you're
easy
do
to
it.
change, but it's possible, and you have to be dedicated
And
to
it's
it.
very interesting to hear it for someone who treats people, who
yes.
heals other people, who knows that we need to drink and sleep.
Well, that's why I was always so angry with myself. I said, you know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't do this, you're going to pay a price.
Yeah.
But sometimes we don't, we ignore that. Again, it goes back to,
It's habits.
am I listening to myself? Am I communicating with my body? Do I listen to the signs my body is telling me? So my body screamed a few weeks ago and had such a muscle spasm that it tore my calf muscle
Oh my God.
in the middle of the night.
Oh my God.
And I didn't do anything. I was sleeping. But that was a sign. That was for me to say, okay, why is my body reacting this way?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything out of the ordinary. The only thing I was doing was not drinking enough.
So what would be like a message for people who are like you, who are trying to change habits, and they're going back and forth with their habits, and they're used to the Netflix and not sleeping and not drinking and all kinds of alcohol and different things they do? What will you say? What will you, just a small suggestion for them all?
So first of all, start showing up for yourself.
Oh,
okay?
Good.
Become a good listener to your body. Okay? And be consistent.
Yeah.
Because if we're consistent over time, it'll get easier.
Yeah.
The things that seem tough will get easier. And illness is not a punishment. It's a communication. And when we learn to communicate and understand why an illness came or why an imbalance showed up, then it helps us get back on track.
Yeah.
And when you believe that your body can heal itself from anything and rebalance itself, then you are your best healer.
I agree completely. And giving the body water and sleep is
of course
crucial.
It sounds basic knowledge, but most of us don't do it. And I work with many patients.
Most of the people.
That every night I say to them, okay, were you able, every week I say, were you able to go to sleep earlier? What did you do? You know, and it's a process. It takes time until we put it in our mind that this is something I want to do. As I said, first make it a priority. One thing that you want to change.
Yeah.
Make it a priority.
And slowly and surely.
And
you will
slowly.
become...
And one day, yes. Maybe some days no, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Again,
We're
compassion. Be
we're not
compassionate to yourself.
So the message is be compassionate to yourself to heal your body.
And listen to yourself. Listen to your body's
release
signs.
the habits that are not good for you anymore.
Yes.
So do you have a final message for everyone that's listening now about how to heal the bodies or about your theory of healing the body?
Yes. Your body is not fragile.
Oh.
Your
It's
body,
not.
no. And illness is not a punishment. It's actually a way to communicate with you. Okay? If we are more open to listening to our bodies, we could live very healthy, happy lives. And I think from my experience, the one advice I could give is consistency and also compassion. Mm-hmm. We can't always do everything perfect, but we can accept that today, even making one healthy meal, wow, give yourself some credit, going for a 5-minute walk, doing some mindful breathing. Any little thing we do is going to make a difference in our overall health and how we believe that we can make a difference.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Basically, just remember that you're worthy of investing in yourself and you're your best healer.
Yeah, I agree.